lob to Diani, who slams it home.
Monica right from the left block, layup good.
Parker drives it through the hole to right. Whit comes around to score. The Cavs win. Hagerman dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Cavaliers. Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
On this edition of Cavalier Sports Weekly, presented by the Virginia Lottery.
I was better at it than the other sports, and I knew if I wanted to play at a high level in college, that would probably be my easiest ticket.
Welcome to Cavalier Sports Weekly. I'm Whit Hagerman, number 9 on the women's lacrosse team. We have highlights from men's basketball senior day, women's basketball ACC tournament, and a big lacrosse game as we took on Maryland. But first, here's your Play of the Week.
The Play of the Week is brought to you by SunTrust Mortgage. We make the American dream come true every day. Landisberg in the corner, goes into the air, feeds out, Diani fires from hits it! With the dagger, Virginia leads 64-61 in the senior. Rocking the house here on senior day.
After the first shot, just feeling how good it was. Anytime I got, just a little opening, I was letting it go. And, maybe it's the willpower of the whole crowd, the whole stadium that put that last shot in, but, it felt good.
Stay tuned. Virginia game highlights are coming up next. Scotty trying to send it into Neal. Baker now a transition feed to Diani, who sneaks through the defense and floats it up the window and good.
Welcome back to the show. This week, our men's basketball team traveled to Clemson and then faced Maryland on senior day in the John Paul Jones Arena. Let's check out the game story.
The Cavalier game highlights are presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Now passes out to Jones. He slings it to the near wing to Baker. Now it's Mamadi Diani. Scoring off a jumper.
After the first shot, actually, when that went in, I knew I was feeling good. I could tell just the way it came off. I knew I was feeling good.
I told him yesterday that for whatever is going on, good, bad, or indifferent, that I was going to start him and honor his time here because he's had some tremendous moments, and I wanted the fans to honor him, and then we're going to take it from there.
Ball batted around, will be swung away by Baker. Landisberg trying to deflect the transition feed, and here is Calvin Baker pulling up and hitting. So he will pass it out. Now here is Mosley feeding out to Neal, who cans one from about 14 feet away on the right side.
We knew we didn't play our best basketball in the first half. Like I said, I was playing tentative. I think other people were playing tentative. We weren't as aggressive as we should have been.
The hole continues to get bigger and bigger for Virginia. Baker feeding inside. It was deflected right back to him. Now he'll give it inside to Scott, who stuffs it down with the right hand. Milburn with a bounce pass intercepted by Scott as he tried to send it into Neal. Baker now a transition feed to Diani, who sneaks through the defense and floats it up the window and good.
Come out tonight and off in the way he did, it's definitely inspiring. I'm just gonna miss him, and hopefully, he's gonna take that same carry he did today into the ACC tournament.
Because Bowie, of course, handles the ball, probably gets a much throws down. Diani fires from three, and he hits it from the left wing. Mamadi's red hot here in the opening half as Virginia's back to within 3. The body and skill set of a rec league player, 20 years older than he is, but he still gets it done. Here's Mamadi Diani crashing in from the right wing, three-pointer, holds Virginia even at 31-31. And now it's Sylvan Landisberg spinning for the lane, pulls it up with the right hand, and he gets it to go as he spins his way down the lane. And Virginia now out to his largest lead of the game. Baker Passes to Diani. Diani at the left elbow. Now he reverses direction. Floats up a tough shot and gets it to fall.
Everybody stepped up big. You know, everybody had their own little play, whether it was a rebound, a shot, or a defensive play. Everybody came up big today.
Raced down by Sablinski. He's moving it for Virginia. Gives to Landesberg. Got it with a foul. Sylvan Landesberg gliding down the lane. Diani with under 10 seconds to shoot. Gives to Baker. Baker swings it near side. Farrakhan pump fakes from 3. Takes a step inside the arc and rattles one through from 17 feet away. 54-52. Diani with a left-hand dribble goes into a crowd as he feeds it back out to Baker. Baker kills the three-pointer from the left wing. Oh, Virginia needed that. But right now, sitting tied as they let a 9-point lead slip away. Landesberg in the corner. Goes into the air. Feeds out. Diani fires from
I had no doubt in my mind that he wasn't going to make it the night he was having already.
Maybe it's the willpower of the whole crowd, the whole stadium that put that last shot in, but, you know, it felt good.
When that three-pointer went out the first thing, I said to myself, one was poetic justice.
To just see my teammates so happy and so excited, especially, you know, a lot of the young guys, as tough as this season has been, and just to come to this moment and everybody be so happy and overjoyed, I mean, I'm more happy about that than anything.
It takes a special kind of toughness to be a long-stick midfielder on the UVA men's lacrosse team. Fifth-year Mike Timms has shown unusual strength both on and off the field, and he is your Student Athlete of the Week.
The Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by the Cavalier Team Shop online, where every purchase benefits academic support for UVA student athletes.
If you look at the schools that are good at lacrosse, they're great places to go to get an education. I was better at it than the other sports, and I knew if I wanted to play at a high level in college, that would probably be my easiest ticket. And I also enjoyed it a lot, too.
I went off one time to see Cape Henry play. You know, I just saw this giant of a player on the team, and obviously was immediately interested. One of my earliest impressions was him running up the field, chasing somebody from behind, and he was just gobbling up real estate with each step. You know, he just covered ground.
When I'm guarding, you know, guys that are smaller, they're just not used to going against someone bigger, and I think it kind of just messes with some people sometimes. You know, it can be a disadvantage sometimes too if I'm trying to guard some guys a lot littler and a lot quicker than I am, but you know, I think it works out.
Mike's ability to have the physical tools, you know, he is quick for a big man. He is fast for a big man. He's superbly conditioned. But then with those long arms and that long stick and that tall frame, you know, he just winds up, he's just very, very difficult to run around. He got hurt in a very early scrimmage, as I recall, in the spring of his freshman year. And so by the time he was back and could have played maybe midway or two-thirds of the way through the season, we just decided to hold out the year.
I mean, it was real tough being a freshman and going into your spring and being hurt, not being able to participate the way everyone else is, and trying to balance school and treatment and that. It was a pretty tough semester. But I mean, looking back, it opened up some doors that I wouldn't have had the opportunity to take advantage of if it hadn't happened.
And I think in retrospect, it was a great decision because he has developed at such a rapid rate during the course of his career that, you know, now you're seeing him at his, you know, clearly at his best.
That was a great year. It's kind of, almost being on a team like that kind of spoils you for the rest of the time you're playing here, because you take some things for granted while it's happening that you look back on a team that doesn't have those qualities, and that's kind of like a goal. You can think back to how the older guys acted that year, and you can make sure you're doing those same things, and hopefully it'll come off the same way to all the younger guys. Mom passed away when I was 9, my dad when I was 8, so that was obviously a big shock. Changed things a lot for me. I was raised by my aunt and my grandmother, and they did a great job, and they allowed us to really find our way on our own when we were younger.
I actually had him write me a little essay about who he was and the things that were important to him. And it was the first time that he really expressed to me what the loss of his parents was like. And I feel like for he and I, that was probably as important a piece of us sort of crossing the line in our relationship as anything else. I think we saw the essence of Mike Timms late this fall, especially with the loss of Will Barrow. We had any number of team meetings while that was going on. We were trying to deal with that, and I remember one in particular. There was a lot of talk going on, guys back and forth, guys trying to figure it out, and and then Mike finally stood up and said in front of the group, I just want you to know, fellas, that there are no answers here. There are never going to be an answer to why this happened. I said, what we're trying to do here is to learn to live with the questions. And when Mike Timms says that, first off, all your back straighten up a little bit and you pay a little closer attention, and it was exactly the right sentiment at that moment.
Player on the near sideline being heckled by Mike Timms, who makes a great check to knock it out of the stick.
I feel real lucky to have spent 5 years here, and every year I've gotten closer to Dom too, and he's a great coach and a great leader of the program. Dealing with these guys is not always easy, but it's always interesting. As I get closer to the end of my career, what frightens me the most is losing the daily contact with guys like Mike Timms. I don't know what else could possibly fill up my life the same way.
Visit the Cavalier Team Shop online at virginiasports.com and take advantage of this week's special offer.
In this week's Cavalier Flashback, we're going to go all the way back to last week for ACC Men's Swimming and Diving Championship.
Cavalier Flashback is brought to you by the Virginia Lottery. More than $3 billion to K-12 public education since 1999. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools.
Teams like Florida State and Georgia Tech and just brought out the very best in our kids, and I hope we were able to bring out the very best in theirs, and it was tremendous competition. This particular meet, men's ACC swimming, took a huge step forward in terms of the number of great athletes, a number of great swims, and great performances. The credit goes to the athletes, to the swimmers, and to the assistant coaches, my staff. They deserve all the credit. We just try to do everything we can to help our team be the best it can be.
We had a set of goals at the beginning of the season, and we worked really hard as a team, and we accomplished all of them together. And to be up there with your closest friends, family, basically, it's a great feeling.
We're just thrilled to have had the opportunity to come out on top again and compete against such wonderful teams.
Coming up after the break.
Postseason play for our women's basketball team began this week as the ACC tournament opened on Thursday. Let's check out the highlights in our women's basketball spotlight.
The Women's Basketball Spotlight is presented by the Virginia Athletics Foundation.
High in the left side of the front court. Off the high screen, stick side, the three-point line, and rattle it home. At 4 at 17 minutes, back comes Monica Wright in transition. Wright slashing down the lane, got to the window, and laid it in.
We did a fairly good job on the offensive end, so I was pretty pleased with the game all the way around. But Tech's always a hard game for us. It's an in-state rivalry. It's a very fierce in-state rivalry, and the games are never easy.
Back outside to Wright, lobs it into Shine, back outside to Littles, jumper right.
Oh, bingo, baby.
Wow. Right to left from the Hokies, down 10. 21-11 Virginia with Haskins. She's bothered by Moore, who picks her pocket. Moore heading the other way. Here's Ari down the right side. Yes. Up and under move with the right hand.
thought Ari came in and gave us really good minutes at the point position. Really played intelligently. She was able to find the open man sometimes, and she really knocked the ball down for us when she was open, and that's what a good point guard does. You know, she's getting better with each game. Almost had double figures tonight, but I'm real pleased with the way she's playing right now, and we just keep on working on all the aspects of her game.
Tan got her own rebound, missed the second one. Third rebound is good with the left hand.
What a performance on the boards by Muhammad.
We all have to step up and play the game, not just Monica and Lindra doing all the job. So we have to contribute. So I make a promise to myself that I'm gonna make sure I contribute from anywhere, rebound, anywhere I can contribute. I'm gonna come out and do my work. So that's what I did.
Here's Wright going to Muhammad, right inside. Turnaround left hand scoop off the window again.
16 rebounds and 16 points is a great performance by her, and great shooting by her also. I just was really pleased with her performance all the way around. She did a great job.
Right in the backcourt, and Monica will bring it across the timeline. Right, slashing through defenders. Right, down the lane, jump stop, 5 foot, runner no good. Battle for the rebound, tapped around, grabbed by Mohamed, left hand layup. Going right corner now to Mitchell, lobs it in for Black, who easy lay-in. 6-2 Duke. Thomas throwing it inside, Black left block, layup good as she smacks the glass with both hands.
Duke is a physical team. We definitely expected it to be physical. I mean, it's the ACC tournament. They came out, they pressured us, they definitely got their bodies into us, and we definitely didn't handle it the way we practiced and the way we planned to.
33-13, Duke by 20. Monica Wright tried to break the pressure, and Jackson took it from her. She's got an easy layup, good off the window.
I think that, without question, all the credit goes to Duke tonight. I think that they did what we would be envious to do, and that is they played tremendous defense from start to finish. You know, they got their bodies right up into us, and it bothered us, and we did not handle the first part of the game as far as breaking the pressure goes. But mainly, I don't think we defended very well, and that's where we really lost the game. Because if you defend well, they can't pressure you, and we did not defend well at all.
A three at the top of the key for a post player.
Our second-ranked women's lacrosse team had a huge game on Friday against number 3 Maryland. We've got that story and more in our Olympic Sports Spotlight.
Timeout or not? Timeout? The fence is holding. You just have to see. That's a hairy goal. That's working hard for a goal. Together, Virginia, 1, 2, 3. Virginia! Give Maryland a lot of credit. They came in and they didn't let us build much momentum at all. So when things started to go our way, Maryland very quickly answered with another goal of their own, and we struggled with draw controls the entire night. So a lot of credit goes to Maryland. They're a great team, and they played great tonight, and our team certainly did not match their intensity and execution.
first 9 games of the season that offensively we've been very good. We've swung the bats very aggressively. We've hit a few home runs, and we've shown that we can be a lot of stolen base threats in our lineup, and really a complete offensive ball club. We were fortunate in this ball game to pitch a lot of different pitchers that they all got opportunities, and for the most part they all went out and pitched the ball very, very well. Get a chance to start your ACC season. It's the top baseball conference in the country, and this is why the players come to the University of Virginia.
In other Cavalier sports action this week,
Thank you for watching Cavalier Sports Weekly. We have big lacrosse games this week. The baseball team hosts Florida State, and the men's basketball team is off to the ACC tournament. We'll have all those stories for you on our next show. Until then, go Hoos!
Cavalier Sports Weekly is presented by the Virginia Lottery. The Virginia Lottery, helping Virginia's public schools. And brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.